welcome to Women in ERP. I'm Abigail Ullman.
And I'm Steph Poor.
And this is episode 8. And today we're joined by Olga Tuchina from the Ukraine. And she works for Knubisoft and she's head of strategic partnerships. And yes, we're going to have a really interesting conversation with Olga about the situation in the Ukraine at the moment. But first, we'll just have a little catch up. What have you been up to this week, Steph?
I mean, I forget. I've been so busy, but in the last, I guess since we spoke, I had a holiday, which was nice with my family. It's just been a bit mental. Just, I don't know about you, but work's just gone a bit nuts. So I feel like all I've been doing is working. So my life's been pretty dull, really. What about you, Abby?
About the same. We've decided to sell our house, so it's been an emotional week.
Exciting, though.
Yeah, but we found a really rundown wreck of a house, but it had a big willow tree in the garden. So all changed. But I mean, it's sort of this conversation sort of seems so insignificant when we've got Olga here. So I think we should just get into it and just have a chat about what you've experienced.
Thank you, Abby and Steph, for inviting me today. It's a big pleasure for me. So just actually, before the war, the life was good, what I can say, And I'm from Kharkiv, Ukraine, so this is the eastern part of Ukraine, and the city is, really modern and really beautiful and clean, and we call it, that the city of students, because we have lots of technical universities, lots of universities in general, but especially technical, and we are really famous. The city is famous for IT, because lots of technical guys, engineers, software engineers graduate from universities annually, and of course they compete with each other, and their level of expertise is growing, and we can actually take advantage of this, so that's why Kharkiv especially, and Ukraine in general, is famous for great talent and really talented, really strong engineers, and I do love my city, and I've been living there for already 30 years, so that's in the independent Ukraine. I don't know Ukraine that wasn't independent. For me, it's some history from our from my grandma, grandpa, my parents, but for me, Ukraine is always independent, and I was really involved into the business actually, because I've been working in software development for around 4 years so far, and before the war, and usually days are really hectic because we have lots of clients, we have lots of meetings, conversations, we have lots of things to do, and so we've been working really hard, I would say, and when all this, I wasn't really into politics, and when all these rumors, when I heard, these rumors, and when all the gossip were around me, I didn't pay a lot of attention to this. I said, okay, so some people who are on the top, they are playing their games, and when everybody, all our clients, they were of course concerned, because they also watch the news, and of course it's absolutely serious and important to know if you have a team in Ukraine, and so how this will influence the business. So of course they kept track of the news daily, and they asked me what do you think, so is there any potential danger, and I answered, but guys, I don't think that it will happen, because we had our company has also some of our top management had the access to government, and they say no news, no, they don't expect anything, and And I said that we just, watching these games with the popcorn, and that I was joking, like, that no worries, just everything will be fine. They will solve their problems on the top, and we will continue living our ordinary lives. 24th of February, around 5 a.m. in the morning, when we woke up from some strange sound, because I had never heard them before in my life. And I just opened my phone and started, I got, some news channels, and I started searching, for some information, and noticed that our guys, so our working chat is active, and guys are sending messages like, did you hear it? Did you hear the sound of bombs attacks? And everybody, says yes, 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 yes. And I understand that everybody is based in absolutely different areas of the city. Yeah, so it means that it's not probably some explosion in the city center. Yeah, because I know that lots of people thought first of all that maybe yes, something was exploded, some petrol station, for example. Yeah, or so they tried to find some logical,
rationalize it. Yeah,
absolutely. And everybody heard it. And that was the start of the nightmare, and nobody knew what would be next. And this is probably the most hard part, because you understand, you're ready, your brain starts understanding the situation and trying to think about the next steps, what to do, and where to run or how to stay. And that was hard. I remember that we decided to have a meeting together with everybody and with my colleagues, and make sure that everything is good. And we had a conversation, just talking. I talked to my boss at 5 a.m. and by the time he was based in the US, and of course his family was here in Kharkiv, in Ukraine, and he said, no, right now I'm here, calling to everybody just to make sure that everybody is safe. Of course, I called my parents and all my friends and those who are abroad, and just
check on that.
Right, right, and just convey the news, say it's at the start. Yeah, so I don't know what will be, but just know that this started. Yeah, the war started. My grandma, who is 86 years old, and so she's really modern and I would say digital. So she uses Instagram, she uses Telegram. Oh, wow. She has a mobile phone, a laptop, a tablet, so she is absolutely she can use everything, and she likes it, and it's somehow easy for her, and unfortunately, on the 23rd of February, she fell down and she broke her leg. She was taken to the hospital.
So this was the day before the war started.
The day before the war, yeah. And my biggest concerns were about her, because I didn't know if we could just drive into the city. I didn't know if it's safe or not. And so my mom used the underground and went to her, and she stayed there in the hospital. So they together spent around 3 weeks in the hospital. And unfortunately, that was the region that was under severe attacks, and doctors couldn't do surgery for some reasons, because of the absence of the electricity or medicine, and they hesitated each day. We asked, is it today the right time to start? They say, let's see, and it repeated every day. And then finally they did the surgery, and I was really happy. And then in probably 10 days after the surgery, so my family decided to stay in Kharkiv, as the majority of people. So what I faced, that's lots of people who are not probably so so flexible, so mobile. They feel more comfortable to stay in their homes, still under severe attacks. Even so, they say, I don't want to be refugee. I understand that it's safer, but I think that my house and the walls of my house will protect me.
A safe space.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that's and it was so strange for me as my reaction. Like, if you see the right time to move, to save your life, to reach a safer place, do this. But I feel that the majority of already old people, they have absolutely different position. And I know lots of my friends who are people of my age, so they cried and they begged their relatives, so please just pack your bags, I will pay, I will give you everything that you need. So I have friends in Spain, in Belgium, and in European countries, in the US, and they all they were crying. They said, please, leave this city. Say no. Then we didn't know what to do, and some people who were leaving, they said that it's also dangerous because you don't know what to expect on the road, to Western Ukraine, because the biggest part of the people went to the Western part, and Europe, Poland, Germany, Romania, so European countries. And we were waiting because your brain says, just wait, be patient, it will end soon, so just one more day, you just keep calm and live one more day, and everything will be good.
Were you at this point, were you seeing troops come in? Were you witnessing attacks? Was it just audio? Were you hearing a lot of things? And
I heard lots of sounds of attacks daily, of course, and the sad news that they are continued till this time. There's people who remain there, hear them every day. My boyfriend, so he went to his parents, and on the first or second day of the war, and they are living out of the city.
yeah.
And he said that so he viewed multiple tanks, but already destroyed. So because they protected, of course, our soldiers, and this really glory to them, and they are really heroic. So they tried not to let troops into the city, because really fast they occupied, they went to the Kharkiv region, but it was someday, I remember that it was news that they're already in the city, but then our soldiers just
Come back.
push them back, right? And then finally, after it's already a bit like mess because for me it's still 24th of February, but we decided that it's the right time to vacate because things are not changing. And so I took my car, my boyfriend took his car, also our colleagues, they somehow also gathered together and went to different regions. So before the war we have a business continuity plan, because our clients requested it, and of course it was proper good ideal plan, and everybody was happy with it. But what we faced, that at the beginning of the war we couldn't realize it, because we thought that probably it would be some announcement and then we'll have some time, but it wasn't. And it was early in the morning when nobody expected.
The surprise attack, wasn't it?
And then it was a really long trip to Western Ukraine, because of lots of cars, really heavy traffic, and military machines, also cars, because they were going to Kharkiv, to the eastern part, and roads, were really busy. And this usually it takes like one day to go from eastern part to the western part, but it took us 4 days, and we stayed in the hospital, and thanks to like our people, because they absolutely like unknown people, they hosted us, and they gave us food for free. Of course, like we could buy this, but they say this is our like initiative, this is our wish. And lots of restaurants and cafes that before the war just did their business, they said, just show me the passport. They say, okay, you're from the region that is in the like hot region, please welcome. And they they treated us really well and absolutely for free. And it was kind of you go to the cafe and you can order everything and you don't pay anything. This really strange feeling.
The community came together to support one another. It's really nice.
People are fantastic. All the volunteers in the central Ukraine, in Kharkiv still, because lots of people remain there, because they said, if I leave, who will help our soldiers, who will help people, civilians who just cannot leave the city. So right now I feel that our nation is really united, and the world is really united, and they're eager to help, and they're all caring. And so I feel that it's big really transformation in the humanity, like in general. And of course, like sad circumstances, but anyways, I believe that the world won't be the same. I would love to believe in this.
And how is Harkin now? Is it as you, I mean, have you seen any photos of it? Is it as you remember, or has it been destroyed? Or
when we were just going, when just when we decided to leave, we like went through the parts of the city that weren't really destroyed, because look, it was safer, and we knew the crowd, but anyway, I noticed some of the district that were absolutely in really bad conditions, and fired, destroyed buildings, and lots of buildings without windows. And the center, the city, this like center of the city was really destroyed, and south of region, really. So that's so I don't think that like people can live in these houses anymore. And but when we were evacuating, when we were leaving the city, we just didn't see these regions because we didn't go through these places. But of course, every day I search the news, and I see pictures, and they are terrible, because the war is going on. Because like still, I get some news from our volunteers and soldiers that like they require lots of help, support, because in civilians, who like lose their houses, so they need some place to live. And also this is a question that should be solved.
We spoke the other day, and you sort of mentioned the fact that once something's been going on for a while, it sort of becomes part of life. And we don't want this to become part of life. We don't want people to accept it. It still needs to have that shock factor. And hopefully you telling your tale today will help people empathize and understand how bad it really is. It's not got better, it's still horrendous there. And I guess our listeners would be interested in how we can help. What are the best ways that we can help? We see lots of charity posts and that kind of thing, but you're speaking to people that are sort of on the ground there. what can we help with? What can we do?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So right, that's a really good point, that a person just gets used to everything in their life. Yeah, and I believe that these people who are in Kharkiv right now, they already got used to their new lifestyle, and we are here in Western Ukraine already got used, yeah, to like to our new lives. But I don't think that soldiers who risk every day and who just probably sleep in not good conditions, who whose families are waiting for them every day, I don't think that they can get used to this situation. And of course we all want them to come back home as soon as possible, and we all want this war to finish, to be ended. And what we especially, I will tell you a bit about our company and what we are doing right now, that as soon as we reach safer places, we understand that we can continue operating. And that was really great news, because like almost like 95% of the people reached this safer locations, and we are right now operating at full capacity. It means that we can do everything that we did before, and so of course we try to maintain the economy of our country, because if not IT area, if not those people who didn't lose their jobs, I don't know who can do this, because this is anyway the job that can be done remotely, and we pay taxes. We decided that a big percentage of our profit will go to volunteering. We have our own projects and that are focused on the help for soldiers in Kharkiv, and in the Kharkiv regions, and so we didn't know how our business would go, but we feel the big support from Europe. And we started doing a new project just last month, and this is our new client from Portuguese, and this is we are super thankful, because people they are not afraid, because anyway I understand that it's a risk, but we say we are safe, everything is good, we can do everything will be fine, and they gave us this chance, to to continue working. And also one German company and one Spanish and the other Spanish company, they signed the contract, and we formed a team of dedicated team of experts for them, that are right now working under their brand. And this is fantastic, because previously we dealt more with the US market, and right now UK, Europe, so they are
really supportive, yeah, because we all want to play our part and kind of help, I guess, and when we're not physically there, it's a good way of supporting, isn't it?
But that's amazing, because it means that people are so compassionate, because anyway, I thought, I was thinking about myself when I saw some terrible news of some children in Africa, and I thought, oh my God, poor guys, poor, just this so unfair. Why? But I understood, that it was somewhere far away, and it was for me as I just see this in the screen, and it's some picture, it's some another reality. And I thought, oh my God, probably, when you then go through these events, you cannot totally, you cannot fully understand what people can feel. You just can guess, probably, yeah, probably it's hard, probably, but still,
almost have to put yourself in those shoes, and how would you react? How would you do your work? How would you look after your family? You know, it's all the things that maybe when we're watching the TV, we're just seeing horrendous images and we're not actually thinking about the reality of it. And you know, how do you get your meals from day to day when there's bombs going off around you? Like very simple things that are part of somebody's routine that we can't, you know, we don't empathize with. And that's maybe what we need to think about. Like with you and Knubisoft, it's clients, it's customers, it's been able to work. So I guess if anyone needs any software development right now, let's look to Olga and, you know, see if she can help us.
You know, business is just one part that helps us to maintain the economy, but we have also the second very important part right now in our everyday life is volunteering. And so we, you know, lots of people who are willing to help, you know, and donate money. So I do this together with my colleagues and our company. So we have a monthly budget, and of course we share the information and what we are doing through different channels. We have a channel in Telegram that shares, you know, our activities and what we do, and you know, we find trust partners who, you know, can help, like our soldiers, I mean, you know, who can just do some body armor, produce body armor, and we buy it and send to the front line, and you know, drones, thermal imagers that are really, you know, costly, and but also, you know, some simple things like clothing, boots, because lots of our guys joined the army because just they wanted, you know, and of course I understand that they just joined it even, you know, not having a helmet or body armor or clothing. So they are just, they go, and then their wives or their family say, please, at least, you know, let's collect money and buy a helmet at least, you know, or at least a body armor, at least something. And we understand, you know, also heard that lots of companies have, lots of countries help, yeah, but still we understand that lots of people who are in need, yeah, that for some basic things, medicine, as I said, yeah, like just boots, because the war was started in February, you know, and the government provided was, you know, really like warm clothing, and right now they need absolutely different, yeah, things, and so we try to help us with it as well.
So can we help you to do that? So if we can, you know, get in touch with you, anybody that wants to help,
or raise money, like you say.
Absolutely. You know, I would like, I understand that there are lots of phones, yeah, so we are not a phone, we are just a volunteering organization, and I really, you know, I want to say, if someone wants to help, if you like want to help, I really want to say thank you to each person, you know. So, and if people donate, I just, you know, I would like to say thank you to each person. So if they donate, so I would like them to leave some, you know, contact details, I don't know, email, phone number, and I will just, you know, reach out to them directly and say thank you, and share what we've done, what we're going to do. And I think that it will be just, you know, good connection, yeah.
I think for lots of people, they'd love to know that it, like you say, if you're going to reach out and let them know where it's gone, they want to help on the front line. I think quite often when you send it to a charity, it's quite faceless and you don't really know where it ends up, and probably the full amount doesn't end up, whereas, you know, it's much more personal. And I think if you can share the details, I think a lot of people would be prepared to help as well and donate.
So with pleasure, because, you know, we understand that like the more resources, yeah, like we have, the more we can help. And this is just, we understand that even, you know, at the first days of the war, people donated like, you know, like crazy, because then it was shock, you know, and they wanted this to end very soon. And right now we even, you know, noted that the level of donation is decreasing. And this is the thing that, Abby, that you mentioned, that people get used to, you know, the war, and they say, oh, okay, again, some pictures in the news. Okay, so when will I see another, you know, picture?
The resilience that, like, yeah, it's, I think you're inspiring. You're absolutely inspiring from my point of view.
Yeah, I'm absolutely in awe of you and your whole community and country. Yeah, and I'm so sorry that you're having to go through this, because from human to human, war is awful. You know, war is a terrible thing, and nobody should suffer this.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, girls. Yeah, the thing is that is going on in 21st century in the middle of Europe makes me, it drives me crazy, absolutely. And it has no excuses. And this terrible thing as propaganda, as Kharkiv actually, is the city that has used to have, I would say right now, really strong bond, with Russians, because we share the border, and lots of people have relatives in Russia, and we understand right now that they believe their TV, but not their relatives, and they say, "Prove me that these are Russian soldiers," and say, "How, guys?" So this, some absolutely
Crazy,
illogical. It's insane, and say, "Did you see who like threw this bomb like on the city?" And when I hear such questions, I think how this is just powerful machine of this propaganda has been working for the past 8 years, and we try to talk to them, say, you need to stop, this is your government, you need to go to the streets as like right now all the world is doing, and say that no war, like stop this, like there are no absolutely there is no excuse for these actions. You should stop your president, you should stop people who like support this, you should show the real pictures, and almost no reaction. I still have people from Russia who understand what is going on. They don't support this, and they are absolutely terrified by what is what happening right now. But I understand that still the percent of the people who support this is really huge, and I don't know what.
Do you think that's out of fear? Do they fear standing up and speaking up? Is it a case of they don't want anything bad to happen to them, so they don't want to be against, the government?
Perhaps, Sabi, I think that it's like one of the reasons.
Yeah.
I think that propaganda and this the news that showed the Ukrainian nation in a really dark, from dark side, in really dark colors, and in really from negative perspective. I think that it made big influence on them, and people who didn't visit Ukraine at all, they know they never visited Ukraine. They just know about our country from the TV. But I watch this Russian news, and I see, like, I look through the window and say, how can they do this? So just absolutely different story, and that it was really long preparation. So this all 8 years they were working on people's reaction to this, I think. I think that all the like Russians who are like still like who understand what is going on, they try to leave the country. So I know lots of cases who said that that's terrible, I cannot bear it, and they just move to Europe, also US, or the places where like that is out of Russia. But I understand that not lots of people can do this. And
this is the thing as well, I'm finding we can't tar all Russian people with the same brush, because not everybody supports this war.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And just I was saying that this is probably a mistake of Ukrainians, but I can understand them, because I feel this pain, and they like blame not just the president but also the people who support this, and of course like the kind of the nation, yeah. But I totally understand that people have different positions, and
That's the thing, and I guess I can relate in some way here, because we have a government that I don't necessarily trust in or believe in, but they represent us as a nation. Now, if something was to happen here, everybody would think, oh, the British, and actually our government isn't who represents us as people. And maybe that's the same over there with, lots of people too. So I think it's just about keeping that perspective and understanding that, everybody has their own views, different views.
That's absolutely true. You're right. Yeah. My personal, experience that still, propaganda made, big influence, but still, people say that Russia is not equal to Putin. Russian people is not equal to Putin, and I really hope that the relationship between our countries will change for the better, but I don't think that right now it's possible, to tell the truth, unfortunately. I think that some time should pass, and people should forgive this if they can forgive. People say that around maybe 40 years will be enough, just just to turn on a new leaf of this history, because that's my granddad. He passed away last year, and he was 97 years old.
Wow.
And he participated in the Second World War.
Yeah, it's that generation, isn't it? In terms of it takes a generation to kind of move on, and I think, like you say, the damage is being done at the moment, and it's not something that can be forgiven overnight. So it's going to take time, and it's a shame we've not learned lessons over history, to be honest.
Yeah. We surely should have, Yeah. In this day and age, it's bizarre. It's absolutely bizarre that we are still fighting.
Mm-hmm.
So are you safe now? Are you in a safe place? You're still in the Ukraine, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm still in Ukraine. I have lots of right now opportunities, to go to any probably spot in this planet. And my brother lives in the US, and I have lots of friends in the UK, in Belgium, Spain, yeah. And but I understand that I feel good here. It gives me a chance to help more, and yeah, and the place is safe. So I'm in Ivano-Frankivsk. This is the really a small city in western Ukraine, and I from here, from safe region, I can continue working. I can support our people, and I feel good, in Ukraine, because this is my country, and I'm surrounded, by our people, and
your family is all safe. You've got them all out, and
they are safe. When the hospital was attacked, I understood that I need to evacuate also, my mother and grandma from the hospital. Thank God they are also safe, and everything is good.
Good. Thank you so much for joining us, Olga. We really appreciate you taking out some time to tell us your story, and sort of the real reality of it, without propaganda. It's really, I'm just, it's made me really sad. Really sad.
It puts everything in perspective, and what's important in life. But please do share your details, because I know personally I'd love to kind of support on the front line as well, where I can.
Thank you, ladies. Yeah, thank you for inviting me, and I really enjoyed your company, and like that you gave me a chance to share my story. I know how important it is, and thank you for this opportunity.
Thanks, Olga.
Thank you, Olga. Bye for now.